Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Just knocked off work. Bit of OT tonight once again. But yeah, enough time to squeeze in a beer review before I go to bed. So this one's from the other side of the country. Rocky Ridge Brewing Co. out of Jindong, which is sort of halfway between Perth and Margaret River, I think. Down that way anyway, near the Bustleton Jetty, if you know what that is. So this one has a weird name, and I'll probably screw up the pronunciation. I'm going to say OUROBORUS. So it's a hazy IPA at 8%. So yeah, it's like some sort of bloody... It's like a snake, but it has like a moose head. It's weird. So yeah, some mythical beast. Very, very limited info on the can. But yeah, Rocky Ridge are a pretty decent brewery, and I hadn't had any beers from them for a while, so I thought, why not try a hazy? And yeah, pretty cool. I like the colours of the can. Purple and green's my favourite, so goes well with the hat. Anyway, I've got hashtag proper glassware as well. I don't think I've actually used this in a review, but let's get into it. I have found with Rocky Ridge, they do a lot of styles. I really enjoy like some of their classic styles and their sort of stouts and abstract stuff. I have found with their IPAs they can be hit and miss. So let's hope this one's decent. They've now got a brew pub in Melbourne, which is pretty cool. I've still only been there the once, so I need to get back to it again. But yeah, it looks pretty cool in the glass. I would say like a medium orange, quite vibrant. The head's disappeared pretty quick, which is a concern. Yeah, cloudy in appearance. Probably say low end, medium body. Yeah, let's have a whiff. So yeah, no info at all about the beer itself. On the back, it's just got about, yeah, like green stuff. Towards net zero, this is an earth beer, planet responsibly, all that sort of shit. I reckon it's more of like a biscuity malt. Maybe a touch of white bread, but biscuity, slightly grainy. Grapefruit. Maybe some orange. It's like pretty grassy. It actually smells like it's fairly boozy. That's one thing I've found with some of their beers. When they do like double IPAs and that, I feel like they're too boozy. They've got that too much of that sweet malt. I mean, this is only classified as an IPA and it's 8%. It's in double territory, that's for sure. And maybe some tropical fruit, maybe like mango, passion fruit, pineapple. Anyway, let's go a taste. I can't be staying up all night. Cheers, guys. Yeah, definitely some mango. It's like a spice touch to it as well. Yeah, I would say maybe some guava, some mango, pineapple, maybe even like a berry touch as well. You're definitely getting some like pithy grapefruit. It's sort of muddled. It's hard to like distinguish the different fruits. Fairly sweet. There's sort of like a floral touch halfway through. And I like the fact it's got a little bit of bitterness on the finish. It's fairly tasty, this one. It's got like even though the carbonation was like very lacking and that head disappeared very quick. It's sort of got like a prickly finish. Yeah, it's quite nice. They've just got this like particular taste to them, their IPAs. I just wish I knew a bit more info about it. Like, yeah, just what they were going for or what hops are in it or she's a big can. Yeah, just like brewed and canned by Rocky Ridge. Yeah, it's got both addresses now, not just the WA one. It's got the Victoria one. So yeah, it's Rocky Ridge in Victoria. They're in Brunswick. It's a real sort of trendy area for like, yeah, like pubs and bars and breweries and like food, different ethnic food, even like tattoo places and stuff. Yeah, music as well. But yeah, it's got sort of its rough areas, but like being trendy as well. There's a lot of suburbs like that. They've changed over the years. Traditionally, Brunswick was more a lot of old school Italians or even Greek, and now it's yeah, it's like sort of a good mix. But yeah, I think they've got about 6 breweries now in a little area of Brunswick, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you got like a full day or you want to hang out in an area of Melbourne and you can sort of walk from brewery to brewery, Brunswick's a good pick. Even like some of them you could get on a bus and yeah, it's pretty easy to get through them. But yeah, I think when I went to WA, I went to the area Rocky Ridge was in, but I didn't realise where it was exactly, and it's sort of inland a bit. I was just going along the coast. If I had known more about it, I would have went there. But yeah, as I said, I've been to the Melbourne Brewery. Pardon me, I've had plenty of their beers at festivals and stuff. At the Melbourne Brewery, they have like an insane amount of taps. It's pretty cool, like, because yeah, you go in there and you just got so much to choose from. There could possibly be. I feel like it's got at least 1 or 2 New Zealand hops in it. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm getting a slight touch of the tropical and grassiness from a New Zealand hop, even possibly Nelson and some of that white wine character. Yeah, they just have this distinct taste to them, their IPAs. It's probably like the house yeast. Like you sort of wonder with water profile and that how much different their beers are when they brew here as opposed to over in WA. People might think, oh, that's weird because it's the same country, but yeah, Australia is a big fucking country. So you go from one area of the country to the other. It's like a 30-hour drive. Hello, buddy. You trying to steal my fame? What are you doing, big fella? Look, look. Hello, buddy. What's going on, mate? You want some beer? He's been a bit lost, this fella. Ever since I went to Melbourne and I got stuck there an extra day, he was like really, really weird. Like he just couldn't handle it. It's going to be so hard when his brother goes because, yeah, it's not going to be far away. I feel real bad for him. Ever since you popped up on screen, the numbers have increased, buddy. Cheers, Stewie. Cheers, Rob. Good to see you, boys. So yeah, I just knocked off work. When I'm on Arvos, I have to do overtime all the time, and it drives me nuts. I'll start work at 1 in the Arvo, and then I never know what time I'm going to finish. We're meant to work 1 till 9, and I don't get out half the time till like midnight, so I'm always fucked. And then by the time you get to bed and wake up, you got to do it all over again. It's a terrible shift. Come on, matey, what's going on? But yeah, back to the IPA. Oh, actually, I'll show you this to see if you know what it is. Any ideas on that name? OUROBORUS is how I'd probably pronounce it. Sort of sounds like a mythical, like a god, something like that. But yeah, it's got like the artwork's a snake, but it's got like antlers. Very, very strange. And yeah, got the proper glassware. So yeah, these guys are from Western Australia, so the other side of the country. But they do have a brew pub in Melbourne. Um, I don't know. I'd say this was brewed over in WA, but I got it at a bottle shop here. Yeah, their IPAs can be hit or miss. This one's decent. It's not like elite level or anything, but it's just sort of solid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I like the artwork, just the name's very weird. But yeah, the main reason I got this beer is I sort of went off Rocky Ridge IPAs for a while because I just felt like more of them weren't hitting than were. And then I thought, oh, I'll give them another chance and try one because they're a decent brewery. But yeah, I just think with their IPAs, they've got a bit of work to do. It's like they've sort of got some of the hype that some of the big names in Australia have, but I feel like they don't quite deserve it yet. There's certain beers they do, and you're like, wow, that's amazing, but like you've got to do it consistently. How do you spell the name? So yeah, it's OUROBORUS. It sort of looks like a dragon mixed with a snake with antlers. Very strange. So how was everyone's weekend? Mine, as far as beers go in Melbourne, was phenomenal. But yeah, I just got fucked over on the train ride home. Pour some more, shall I? So yeah, I don't mind working the occasional overtime, but it's just when you got to do it every night, and just that not knowing when you go to work, not knowing what time you're going to finish, it drives you nuts. That's why I just miss working in my old role because, like, I'd always just work the same 8. I wouldn't be the same 8 hours, but at least I knew that in 8 hours' time, I would have someone coming in and replacing me, and then I could just fuck off and go home. The only time I'd do overtime is if like people were away or like yeah, some shit went down that you needed to sort out or but now it's like every fucking night. Oh, we're gonna need to stay back 2 or 3 hours. It's like, oh, okay, I've got no life. It's all good. Yeah, yeah. Well, that makes perfect sense because you can actually see the tail of it in its mouth. So there you go. Whoever's come up with that as the beer name and the artwork, and that's obviously got a weird passion for this sort of stuff or a vivid imagination. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, as far as beer reviews go, I still want to squeeze that. Like when I say squeeze, like I like to do that one a day is always good. Come home from work, just relax with the one beer and do a review. But obviously, there's going to be times when if I'm still working at like midnight, by the time I walk home, it's like nearly 1 o'clock. It's like there's no way I could be fucked. So yeah, it just depends on what time I finish. And then on the days where I don't do any overtime, it's like, oh, okay, maybe I can do a couple of reviews or even like a hangout or something. Yeah. I didn't like how that head disappeared straight away, but I do like that prickly carbonation. Just hangs around. I like the bitterness. As I said, it's fairly sweet, but it's got this like floral sort of green character on the finish, and you're getting a little bit of like sort of chalkiness as well. But yeah, the bitterness, it's like for a hazy, you'd say it's quite moderate. So yeah, it sort of has slight features of like a Westie. But yeah, it's like, you know how you say, would you drink this beer again? This one I would. It's certainly a hit and not a miss. I mean, as I said, sometimes with their beers, when they're pretty high in ABV, they've got a bit of booze to them. This one's on that sort of cusp of starting to get that way, but not quite. It's 8%. To me, an 8% pretty much a double IPA. They've just classified it as a single. I don't know. For me, it's like I feel like anything 8% to about 10%'s a double, and then over 10's a triple, and then go from there with quintuple and all that shit. It's one of those things though that's up in the air. It's a little bit of a grey area. Cheers again, Paul. Good to see you, brother. So yeah, I ended up doing. What time was I meant to finish? Yeah, I think I did about 2.5 hours overtime. Walked home, and then I'm like, I'm still doing a beer review. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, bro. I would have jumped on with yous on Simo's earlier. It was this morning for me. It would have been yesterday for you guys. But yeah, just the fact I had to work this afternoon, I was like, I can't drink. I would have just come up there with a coffee, but then I would have felt like drinking. I just feel like I haven't been able to do the streams like I normally do, which sucks. There's so many people I miss hanging out with, but yeah, two of the main ones because I used to see them nearly every week is Beer Man and Bumpy. Because yeah, they're just both like such great dudes, and I'd always be doing stuff with them. And ever since my work's changed on me, I just never see them anymore. Which yeah, it sucks. It's like when you when you're in a friendship circle and the person's one of your mates starts dating a girl and then you never see him again. Cheers, Thomas. Good to see you, brother. Keep this going while I make din dins. What are you making? Yeah, that's why I'm always tired, bro. But yeah, it's changed. I don't work overnights at the moment, but my afternoon hours are really long and I never know what time I'm going to finish. So I'll start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then my finish time can range from anywhere from 9 o'clock, so just a normal 8 hour shift, right through till about 1 or 2 in the morning. And yeah, I just hate it, like doing those sort of hours, because by the time I finish work, I'm knackered. I walk home, and then you want to sort of unwind and relax for an hour or so. And then by the time you wake up, you got to fucking do it all over again. Adult life sucks. Whoop, hang on. Oh, cool. I haven't had a stew for a while. Always winter. It's always awesome if you got like Yeah, like a stew or like a real good hearty soup. And you've got some good quality bread with a fuckload of butter on there. Oh, yeah. Especially in like colder weather. Hopefully, I haven't missed any comments. There's been a few where Stewie's elaborated on the name on the beer. Yeah. We had a brewery in Melbourne called Alchemy and it closed down. I never actually got a chance to go there, but some of my mates went and said the beers were trash. So it never really inspired me to go. It's funny, James from Rampant Lion messaged me the other day and he goes, oh, I've been recommended by, must be someone in Melbourne, like a fellow Aussie, to check out this particular brewery. And he goes, I'm intrigued. I want to try them. He was asking for my advice, and I was like, they're probably like mates with the brewers or something. Because, yeah, this brewery's pretty shit that he was asking about. I just didn't want, like, I mean, he's asking me for like honesty and that, but yeah, I would have told him in a message, but yeah, I wasn't going to slag him off online or anything. Ooh, like a deep dish is Chicago, right? I know you've got the three main ones they advertise here when they try and promote like American pizza. They'll always say New York, which is pretty much like your Americanized Italian pizza, just your thin crust, sometimes big slices. And then Chicago, I think's the deep dish one, where it's thick as fuck and like real saucy and cheesy. And then Detroit, I think's the other one. But I can't really remember what the Detroit one is. Soup. Yeah, fucking oath. Does Boston have its own pizza spin? Yeah, I fucking hate that. So annoying. I had a Banks glass, dude. Banks is like well, they're my favourite Melbourne brewery. They're probably top three favourite Australian brewery. And I had this really cool glass from them. It was real like, I don't know, real slick. It sort of looked like a racing car emblem. The design on it was just like real simple but effective, and it like stood out. And I loved the glass because it was really cool with like lagers and those sort of styles. And I was outside taking a photo, right? And then all of a sudden, like I didn't hit it on anything, I didn't drop it. I just grabbed the glass off the like the surface it was sitting on and the can, and the bottom of the glass just gave out and fucking collapsed. I'm like, you fucking can't, because I knew that I couldn't get that glass anymore because they've changed logos about 10 times since. I was like, fuck. So I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to like stuff like that. So I've still got the glass sitting there broken in the back of the cupboard, just hoping that maybe I can turn it into another glass one day or, yeah, somehow fix it up. Yeah, it's not so bad. See, every time we do these beer events in Melbourne, me and a mate in particular, because we have to travel a fair way to get there and back, and we've always got a shitload of beers and that as well, and whatever else we have in our bags. It's always a fucking huge risk because you're getting these absolutely rare glasses. Like I've got a side project one, I've got the brewery, I've got Anchorage now. They're probably worth a fair bit of coin because they're like rare as fuck. And here you are just carrying it in a backpack with all this shit surrounding it. And I've been pretty lucky I haven't broken too many good ones. What was the actual, like, what was the glass? Was it like a brewery one? Yeah. Pizza's the shit. Pizza's definitely one of those things that goes awesome with beer, and same with burgers. I'm thick and saucy, baby. Oh, katsu chicken. That's like Korean. Sounds pretty good. Yeah. Cheers, Simo. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I thought going live at this time there'd be some UK and European folk. Yeah, fucking oath. Sometimes it's just the style, just the feel of the glass in the hand. Yeah. It's one thing that the ladies just can't appreciate. It's like, yeah, I when I was hanging with my mate the other day, he's like, he's married, and yeah, we've both got this fucking awesome glass at this Anchorage event, and then I think he sort of looked at the glass and looked at me, and he goes, I think he said something like, "Oh, another glass my wife's gonna love." They just don't get it. Yeah. Yeah. I'll never forget the footage when they did the Manchester piss up. Paul, if Paul's still in the chat, he was part of it. But yeah, I think it was pretty sure it was Craig, Rob, Harry, Paul, and Peter. I think that was the five. Maybe Stewie. I'm pretty sure Adam from Mersey Beers wasn't part of it then. Actually, Jake O'Beer might have been there. Anyway, there was about five of them, and they did this Manchester piss up, and Paul was there from America in the UK, and they must have been at Cloudwater at some stage, and Peter had this awesome Cloudwater glass, and he had it sitting on the edge of his table, and smacked it with his big booty. So that he was copping heaps of shit about it because they had the footage of it when they were doing all these YouTube vids like tasting beers and just shenanigans and stuff. And yeah, he broke the glass during one of the videos. He'd only just acquired it that day. I want to do a Carolina Reaper thing. I reckon it'd be awesome getting a few people together and doing a Carolina Reaper. Or even doing some other chilies first and working our way up to the Reaper. One thing I don't think I'd ever do is that fucking real strong Scandinavian like fish in the can. I just don't think I could handle it. I think I'd only give it a go if there was like a money, some sort of incentive. It'd be pretty fucked up. You see people crack the can, like with the can opener and the juices spill out, and they start spewing like instantly. It must be just the most horrific smell. Oh, I was watching Urban Viking did a beer review today, dude, and he was doing that brewery. I think it's called Brew 61. And all the beers have been shit, and he's been like honest, like slagging them off. And then he goes, "Oh, this one today, Paul and Michelle from Rate My Beer drank it, and they actually thought it was pretty decent." So it's like, is it just me? Am I not right? Am I not drinking these beers like properly, or are they? Yeah, and I just thought to myself, Paul likes some of the shittest beers in the world and thinks they're great, so he's probably not the most ideal person to be like relating to. Yeah, spicy stuff's cool. It's always a challenge, and like sometimes you think you're real good at certain spicy stuff, and then you have something else, and it just fucks you. But yeah, I love how you get like that endorphin rush, and it's almost like it takes you to another place. Oh yeah, I've never really had anything that's been like too sour. Like whenever it comes to like, yeah, like even like alcohol, like you'll get some like lambics and Belgian beers and that are really really sour, but it's like, and even some kettle sours and that when they make them like flat out, you get that mouth puckering sort of like, "Ugh," but it's never like anything real over the top. It's a different world, the old sourness as opposed to like a heat. Smoky sort of another quality where it's like you can definitely have too smoky. I need more beer. It'd be cool doing like a. It's probably hard to do like to get the same sizes and stuff, but like some sort of like eating challenge where everyone's got like a certain amount of food and see who can get it down the quickest. I'd be fucking terrible. I feel like I can eat sort of big amounts at the right time, but I'm not quick enough. Like you'll see some people just smash food down so quick. I'd be fucking shit. Yeah. I have finished this brew. I need to give it a score. 8%, 3.2 standard drinks. So don't get in the car after consuming this full can, boys and girls. Or the fucking dragon will eat its own tail in front of you. Ouroborus. I'm still sticking with it. I think that sounds like it's spelt. Ouroborus. Ouroborus. I'm going to say a 4.2 out of 5. Compared to some of their IPAs that have sort of missed the mark, I think this one's pretty solid. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of their beers you just say they're good, like there's room for improvement. Whether it be the malt or like the yeast, there's just something that's like just not having them up there at that next sort of like echelon. But yeah, then you'll have like I don't know, like a real nice Pilsner from them or like a Russian Imperial Stout, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, this is awesome. But yeah, 4.2, still obviously a decent score. I think that's the only beer I've got from them in the fridge. I've got so much shit in there. I've got a lot of Aussie stuff, some Kiwi stuff, um, England, Scotland, USA, no Canada, unfortunately. Normally during Pint of Origin, I'd have a heap of Canadian craft, but yeah, the bar that used to do a heap of work with the Canadian craft and had good contacts, they're not doing it anymore. They do like UK stuff instead. I don't even know if it's the same owners at the bar anymore. You don't see them. But yeah, I might wrap this up and depart for the doona and the pillow. I'm quite tired. But yeah, could possibly be a beer review in the morning. We don't know yet. I've got a feeling I have to do a heap of overtime again tomorrow night. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I'll probably need to do another short at some stage too. It's been a while. But yeah, thanks everyone for chiming in. It's been another good little sesh. Hopefully, I helped you out with your cooking. So yeah, cheers, boys and girls, and we'll catch you again probably sometime tomorrow. Bye bye.